Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Thank you so much for coming back. Today, time for another easy recipe. I just realized I've been making this for so long and I just realized I just checked on our channel. I don't think I've ever shared this with you before. If I did, I'm sorry. But I just checked and I don't think I've ever shared it with you. I did share some salmon recipes with you, but not this specific one. So anyway, here goes. If you love salmon, love pasta, this is a recipe for you. So what we need is about 350 grams of tagliatelle, which is this. See? That's tagliatelle. I don't know the English word for that. I'm sorry, I need to squeeze this all in because right here we just received our drill today and it's charging, so sorry about that. Anyway, but we should be fine. So 350 grams of tagliatelle, like I said, you just have to cook that according to the instruction on the packaging. Oh yeah, I need about, let me see where that is. Where is it? Oh yeah, here it is. So I forgot about that one. Sorry about that, guys. So I need about, oh yeah, thanks for the light, Mike. So I need about 350 grams of tagliatelle and 350 milliliter of heavy cream, but I'm gonna go for the light version, as you can see. But yeah, so heavy cream and then light. I know the irony. So about 350 milliliter of that, about 400 grams of fresh spinach, about 400 grams. So that's this whole bag, as you can see. In this case, for me, I just love spinach. And it's so healthy, guys. Just gives you iron, gives you this, gives you that. Anyway, what else? About 400 grams of fresh salmon filet. But yeah, what we got here is 600 grams, but that's okay, no problem. Sometimes sometimes you just need to be thankful for whatever you can get your hands on in this time. Honestly, guys, sometimes, you're hoping for some groceries and then they're being delivered and you're like, oh my God, why that? that's the only thing I was hoping to get. So like I said, in these crazy times, just be happy with whatever you got. So we got the 600 grams it is, but you can do with less. 400 grams of fresh salmon filet would be also fine. I'm gonna do all the measurements and the ingredients in the description. Sometimes I forget, sometimes I promise you that, guys, and I forget. Please just let me know. What was I? One onion. I hate chopping onions and garlic. Whenever I do, they just stick on your finger for days. So I just buy my onion chopped and I just do them in plastic bag. Otherwise, they're gonna stink up your refrigerator and even the kitchen whenever you open it. So it's terrible. So this is how I do it, which means about 1 big tablespoon. So otherwise, 1 onion, chop it. What else? Pepper and salt. I have the 4 seasons. Everything is in there. But I always add a little bit of black pepper powder and a little bit of salt. What else? Have I forgotten anything? Oh yeah, about 250 grams of cherry tomatoes. What else? Oh yeah, about 50 grams of roasted pine nuts. Oh my God, I love these, but they're so expensive, you guys. About 50 grams if you can find them, or even more. I mean, I happen to have, this is my last little bag of 30 grams, but when I have more, I always do more. I don't know, I should have a little bit more here. Please don't judge me. Oh, there it is. Oh, what do you know? Love that. Okay, so 50 grams of this, and then a little bit of about 2 cloves of garlic. Chop them if you can. If you don't have that, again, the same problem with the onion, sticks on your skin. What I do nowadays is a little bit of garlic powder. I need to talk a little bit quieter because Mike doesn't approve of garlic. He says, it just goes into your body and sweat it out. He hates that. But I always use a little bit so you don't have that problem. Anyway, and then 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I think this is all, you guys. It's not that bad. I mean, the only fancy quote-unquote thing is the salmon. Otherwise, just basic ingredients, right? So let's start. Oh yeah, and then you need a skillet like this. preferably, you know, like a deep one. So let's start, you guys. So guys, first I'll start making the tagliatelle, okay, just according to the instruction. So boil the water, wait for the water to boil, and then add it in there. Usually it's done in about 7 or 8 minutes. That should be good. Okay, then in the meanwhile, in your skillet, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and then I'm sorry guys, I got a phone call. So 1 tablespoon of oil, then add the chopped onion and the chopped garlic and just fry them until they get a little bit of a brownish color. Okay, so let's do that first. So in my case, when I buy the pre-chopped onion, I just use about 2 tablespoons of chopped onion, and as you can see, a little bit of garlic powder. So I'm gonna fry these again, like I said, until you get a brownish goldish color. Meanwhile, we're going to wash the salmon fillet. Wash it and then cut it in pieces, small pieces, or cubes or pieces, you know, not too big, not too small, but maybe the half of your pointing finger, something like that. Geez, about more or less. So guys, there's my salmon. Look, talking about pieces like this. See, finger, half of the finger, more or less. Oh yeah, and it doesn't have. It should be a fillet without the skin. If you can get only salmon fillet with skin, please don't be intimidated. Look, I just undressed the salmon. Ooh, yeah, no, seriously, you just peel it off like a sticker. No worry, don't be intimidated. Just start at a point and it will come off. So now, back at this, it's brownish because I'm a little bit busy. So this is more than ready to receive the salmon. Receive the salmon. So guys, I just added the salmon. Just keep stirring, keep steering, not staring, maybe you should stare too. Until you see that it's starting to, you know, it's starting to lose the typical fresh salmon, like dark pink. It needs to have more of this color, okay? More like a less heavy pink. So that's what I will be doing, gently. You do not want to end up with salmon fillet porridge, so gently just stir around. Then, when it's all more or less like this color, so all of it, so I still have this to go, this, all of it. So I'm not ready yet. When it has all this color, this white-ish, pinkish color, then start adding the spinach little by little. It's very important, little by little. Okay? Why? What's the big deal with adding little by little? If you wonder, well, because we need to add this, all of this spinach in this. So what spinach does is, as soon as it warms up, it shrinks. So that's it. It becomes, it gets rid of the juice and it shrinks. So that's why we need to do it little by little. Okay? I always like to share with you guys the why and what. Otherwise, you don't know what you're doing, and I hate when people tell me just do it. I get allergic reaction when someone, either in my private life or at work, tells me, "Who's just do it." I want to bounce to the ceiling. Don't tell me just do it. Why? What's the use? What am I doing? How? Why? Anyway, meanwhile, the water is boiling, so these are ready to jump in. Okay, I'm gonna add these in and then give them about 7 or 8 minutes, but you follow the instruction on your own package. And immediately after that, I'm gonna start adding the spinach in here little by little until I finish all the 400 grams of my spinach, till it's all in there. Okay. So this is in there. Spinach is in there. move the spinach around a little bit like this. Oh yeah, and the heat on low. I'm doing this always on low because of the salmon. So keep the heat on low at all time. Okay. See, it's already starting to shrink. Already starting to shrink. Well, what you can do to help this a little bit, but maybe it's not wise. If you're panicking that it's not shrinking fast enough, maybe you should add a lid on it. Anyway, so this is the procedure. Like I said, I'm gonna finish adding little by little spinach and then come back to you guys when all it's in there and it's shrunk a little bit. Little tip, you guys, what I always do to make it go faster is push it to the sides like this. See? To the sides. Otherwise, it's just gonna be sitting on top of the salmon and things won't be happening as fast as you like. So I'm almost done. See, that's like a quarter of how much I started with. So I'm gonna add the rest in here. See how fast it goes. So almost done with adding Miko. Almost done with adding the. I'm sorry, Miko is. Miko is distracting me. Naughty guy. Almost done with, with this part. One thing, guys, of course, I don't know how to say it, but yes, I assume you know that, you need to wash the spinach before you add it in there. But you saw, Miko, no, you saw me taking it from the plastic bag, adding in here directly, because this is washed with ice water. So, and that's what it says also on the packaging. And it's like really ice cold water. Is that how he said it? Yeah, ice cold water. Okay, yeah, which is needed because we once had a case here in Holland where this guy bought spinach like I just did, and he found a whole lizard in there. That was really scary. Everybody was talking about it on at work, the office, and it was really scary. So it looks like the pasta is ready. I'm gonna start moving this. Preferably not breaking the salmon pieces, but it's almost impossible, so it's okay. All right, there it is. There it is. Okay. It's gonna shrink even a little bit more, but I need to drain this. Otherwise, it's gonna be too much, too soft. It's not what we wanted. Then again, it depends on your own personal, preference. Just taste it. If it's your thing, then it is. If not, let it boil a little bit longer. So I'm gonna drain this and let this go for now because I will be occupied with this and then come back to you guys. All right, so I'm gonna add the heavy cream, and this is also the time to add a little bit of thyme, a little bit of oregano, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. Okay, so the spices I just said are in there, and the thyme and oregano I didn't mention in the beginning, but I always love to add that a little bit to give it that Italian smell. So the heavy cream is in there. What I'm gonna do right now is cut the cherry tomatoes in half before I start to stir, because again, we need to be a little bit careful with the salmon. So I'm gonna cut the cherry tomatoes in half, add them in here, let them warm with the whole thing, stir them, let them warm with the whole thing, and then start adding the pasta. Okay, and then we're done, guys. See, it's really easy, honestly. All right, so now everything is in there. Now we're going to stir it a little bit. Well, not stir, more like move, just like this. Okay, this is, otherwise everything will fall apart. So this is what I learned from Mom. Just gently stick the wooden spoon in there and then wiggle, 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 wiggle. Don't stop. Guys, I know if you don't know me, and this is the first video you watch of me, like, who's this crazy guy? I can assure you, I used to be a lot more crazier than now. Mom used to say, the one that put the crazy spell on you is probably dead. Otherwise, he would have had mercy, took pity on you, and just undid the spell by now. So, in other words, I'm going to be crazy for the rest of my life. But like I said, I'm older, wiser, calmer. Sending you love and peace. So, let this warm up a little bit. The tomatoes is what I'm talking about, and the heavy milk, the heavy cream, of course. And then start adding the pasta, and then we're done. And then put a lid on it and just let it sit. Once we're done, I'll let you know. Put the lid on it, let it sit for about 5 minutes or something, which is good because it gives me time to pray. And then, I'm gonna serve this. Surf and turf. I love that word. Okay, so, oh yeah, later on, guys, I will be making pizza with the pita bread. That should be delicious. I might share that with you if I haven't bored you by now with my recipes. So, let me guys know in the comment thing below. It's a very easy way of making pizza. Especially if you have kids or you yourself is a big kid, you're gonna love this. So guys, I left it simmering for about 5 minutes, and then I used, see, that's why if you have someone that's helping you, best thing is to hold on to preparing the pasta until you're more or less almost done with this. So otherwise it's gonna stick while it's waiting and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, if that happens, just use 2 forks and get them a little bit together. So again, just like with the tomatoes, I'm gonna tuck the pasta in there and let it soak. Okay, because we do not want dry pasta. No siree, no ma'am, no kids. Never settle for dry pasta. Period. Never. See, this is why we need all that heavy cream, because you might be thinking, I've heard you, I know who, might be thinking, wow, man, that's a lot of heavy cream, but we need the pasta to absorb that, all of it. Look, it's almost Christmas colors in there. Green, red. Okay, see what's happening there? You see what's happening there? Okay, almost done. Mike is probably thinking, what's that crazy doing now, making a fool of himself again, Actually, no. Mike fully embraced my craziness and silliness. He's a sweet guy. If you can't find someone that will take you as you are, say no. Hard pass. No. Move along. Okay, so I'm done. Guys. I am done. I might add a little bit of pasta in there, just see how I feel about it. So because this is what I'm giving you right now, is actually should be enough for 2 or 3 people. Easy. But then you have to add all the pasta that I gave you, 350 grams that we started with. It should be easy, 3 persons, or maybe even 4. If you have like 2 kids, 2 adults, 2 kids, easy. Unless if you're a big heavy eater, then I don't know how you can, how much you can have, how much you can take. So anyway, but I think, in my mind, I always divide the pan in the middle. So this should be enough for Mike. This should be enough for me. Yes. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to add any more pasta. All right, guys. I'm going to let it sit for a little bit with the lid on. Turn the heat off, let it sit with the lid on. Those of you that are paying attention are probably shouting at the screen, Lucy forgot the pine nuts. No, I didn't, honey. Look, We do not want soggy pine nuts, so I'm gonna sprinkle this on top of everything once I'm about to serve it. So just put this on a plate and then add this on top. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with soggy nuts. We do not want that. Again, guys, speaking of nuts, pine nuts, make sure you roast them. Just in a pan with no oil. Just beat them around until they become a little bit light brown. Okay? Light brown, not dark brown. Light brown because the heat will make them roast even further after you turn off the heat. So just calculate that in. So now the hardest part of the recipe, choosing what plate I should serve it in. Okay, we got the Villeroy and Boch pasta plates. If you missed the video, why didn't you watch the video? I'm pointing at you. You know who you are. Anyway, so we have white, red, and green. I don't know what to choose, you guys. I don't know. I mean, these we had, so I'm gonna go for this maybe. Or maybe white and green. Yeah, let's do that, white and green. Look, it's almost a Mickey shape. So guys, it's all about presentation. So I'm gonna work backwards. Mom used to say, always do the main thing on the bottom, which in this case is the salmon, and then work backwards. Meaning, the last thing that went in this case the pasta, should be the first thing that should go on the plate. And then so you need a little bit of patience. So I'm gonna take pasta, put it on the bottom of the plate, and then on top of that the cherry, the spinach, and then finally the salmon. So yes, it takes a little bit more time, but guys, that's how you show that you care about what you made, what you're serving to your guests, or even to yourself. So guys, there it is. There it is. And I'm gonna do the same thing with this plate. But yeah, salmon on top, because then you can chip from the salmon, a little bit of the spinach on your fork. This all happens on your fork. A little bit of spinach, a little bit of the cherry tomatoes, and then the pasta, and then yum. Enjoy it. It smells so good. See, it's not soggy at all. I swear, honest, I didn't drain anything from it. This is just how it came. Perfect. Get in there. Good. So, and then finally, the pine nuts. So good, you guys. All right, thank you so much for watching. Go make it. Let me know if you did. Love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and all that. Share with your friends. Love you. See you soon. It's time for Thai Thai, you guys. We love Thai Thai. Me and Mike love Thai Thai. This is a Dutch tradition. They might have it in Belgium too. I don't know. I mean, what is tradition today? We all copy from each other. But anyway, it is a Dutch tradition, something that we have around this time. You know, like you guys elsewhere around Christmas, you have your pumpkin spice and this and that, and maybe the mint spice. And we have this, among other things. And we have the kruidennoten, but also Thai Thai, which is a cookie that we get around November because of the season of Sinterklaas, which is Saint Nicholas. Arrives in Holland November the 15th, and then through December the 5th, we keep celebrating his his arrival and presents. And then he does the presents, goes around. It's like the Santa Claus. Anyway, if you guys can get these, get them. They're delicious with coffee or tea. And that's what we're doing now.
Heel erg fijn. Nee, maar jullie mogen absoluut je schoenen zetten.
Ja.
En ik zal absoluut aan jullie denken.
Hij heeft natuurlijk hele drukke dagen.
So guys, Sinterklaas just arrived in Amsterdam. Well, it actually did yesterday, November the 15th. So there he is.
Alle pakjes. Ja, dat is echt... ja, dit is iedere keer weer heel veel... Oh kijk, dat wordt veranderd. Nu zien we andere kinderen. Dag kinderen.
Hallo, hallo.
And that's the mayor of this city that you saw. And because we're still in the lockdown, this is how now it's happening. People meet him through FaceTime.
Joanne en Jay, hallo. Hebben jullie een vraag voor Sinterklaas?
Ja. Moet het paard niet zeeziek op de boot?
Oh, goede vraag.
Nou,
Love, love, love our holiday season. Sheets. Is that how you call it? Or is it duvet? Well, you know what I mean, guys. Love it, love it. Just arrived yesterday, I think. We washed it, so now it's clean. Oh yeah, what you see here are Miko's toys. He was playing here. He has a sausage, a banana, and a fish. Yeah, love it, love it, love it, love it. I just love this kind of fabric. Just love it. You just wear it all year round.